Hi guys, welcome to another video. I promise you guys that I have done with my Hermes journey videos. Well, I lied because I do have a video that I want to put out today. So don't come for me. This is something that I didn't know was going to come up and I just felt compelled to do a reaction video. So Hermes are being sued. What is it all about? What is going on? Let's find out. So I have seen all over social media today that Hermes are being sued. There is a lawsuit being filed in California with regard to anti-competition, antitrust laws, I believe they are called. And yeah, two people have filed this and they're filing it as a class action. So what does that all mean? Well, obviously, before we even talk about any of this, I want to make it perfectly clear that all I am reacting to is things that I have seen in the press, on social media. This is all alleged. It's all, yeah, I don't want any problems with any legalities, but this is just me reacting to things that I have seen that have been on social media. So we will see what goes on with this, won't we, guys? But I just thought it was very, very interesting. Let's talk about the alleged lawsuits in California. So I'm going to read some of this. Some of this is on my phone and I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm just going to read some of this out. So yeah, in Reuters it basically quoted saying Hermes are sued in California over claims that it unlawfully allows only customers with sufficient purchase history with the company to buy a Birkin. It also says that Hermes is allegedly violating antitrust laws by tying the sale of the item to the purchase of another item. So we'll come on to that. And it also goes on to say that the company's sales associates are driving the scheme by pushing the customer to buy shoes, scarves, jewellery in order to gain the opportunity to buy a Birkin. There's apparently no response from Hermes at the moment, and there's no response from Hermes legal team or lawyers, anything like that. It also quoted only those deemed worthy will be shown a Birkin, but in a private room. The report that I read also talked about the fact that the sales associates do not get commission via the quota bags, and therefore, yeah, they try and coerce, if you like, people to buy the other things so that they will earn some commission. The report also mentions that the two individuals that have filed the lawsuit are seeking an undisclosed amount of damages, which obviously is a financial monetary amount, but also that they are seeking like a court order to bar or ban Hermes from practicing these types of policies within their company. So what does all of this mean? Well, with regard to the lawsuit, it'll be very interesting just to see what happens, won't it? None of us really know, but yeah, interesting stuff. With regard to what's said in the lawsuit, basically they are alleging in the lawsuit that Hermes sales associates are coercing the customer into buying all the other things for the chance even to buy a Birkin. Now, my experience is that I have never ever been told that by somebody in Hermes. I have a long history with Hermes. Now, I have done 3 videos on Hermes and on my particular experience with Hermes. I've done videos telling you all about my experiences with being able to get quota bags without any problem, having amazing sales associates, having then moved that journey along to the point of, yeah, my journey is now over because it's all a whole story. Go watch those videos because I don't want to regurgitate all of that. But what I did say in one of my videos, my update video, was that I have never had to pre-spend anything. I have never been told by one person in Hermes on any, I've been I've been shopping with Hermes for years and years now, and I have worked with 3 different sales associates, and at no point has anybody in Hermes ever told me that I would have to spend X amount of money on other things in order to be offered a bag. However, I have heard on the grapevine that it does happen. I've heard people who have told me that it's happened to them. I've seen it all over social media that actually, particularly in America, I have heard, again allegedly, that a lot of you guys have reached out and said it's very different in America and you are told that you have to pre-spend. In fact, a couple of YouTubers have done videos on this. So Mel in Melbourne in particular comes to mind, where she, I believe, was talking about her experience in Hawaii. So with regard to the fact that only customers who are deemed worthy will be shown a Birkin bag, but in a private room. Well, let me address that. When I got my dream bag, which was my Kelly in the Togo leather Ritorne in Green Tan, when I got the call that this was available, myself and my friend, you know who you are if you are watching this, we went down to London to pick this up. And yeah, I won't go through the whole story, but we were taken to, it wasn't a separate room, but it was a little area where a curtain came across, and so they could present the box to you and show it to you. And I thought that that was really special. I didn't feel like it was, oh, I'm worthy, I'm allowed to come in here. I thought it was just very private, and I thought that was really nice because, well, for 2 reasons. One, it made it a special, nice experience for me, being presented it and, you know, and looking at it, and it was just a nice experience. But also, these bags are in so much demand. Honestly, when I've been in store and I have seen people come in and basically demand a bag and say, how much is it going to cost me? Name your price. I want to buy one. And security guards have got involved and all the rest of it. So people do go to ridiculous lengths to try and get one of these. So I think if they just brought it out and opened it in the store, I think you'd have a bit of a frenzy and it might create a little bit of a security issue. I don't know. I know it's just a bag. I know. But that is what it's like. So the fact that they take you to a private room, I actually don't think that that in itself is a bad company policy. I think it's just a nice touch that they take you through and they look after you and they bring you a cup of tea or a glass of champagne or, you know, I don't know. They just try and look after you on the time that you're picking up your bag, and I think that is how it should be. I think if you are paying so much for one of these and you finally get your hands on one and then you're just taken to a till like you're paying, like you're in Primark or something, I don't think you'd be overly impressed with the customer service. So I think that, yeah, I know it lends itself into this whole thing of only certain people are allowed to buy these things, and we will come on to that. So with regard to the lawsuit, I thought it was interesting to think about what might happen if, I don't know, this court order goes through that Hermes have to change or somehow show that they have changed their company practices and that actually they have to make stock available. I don't know how you police it and how you work it out. I have no idea. But what if? What if? What does it mean for Hermes? Is it going to change the shopping experience? Is it going to be a wish list anymore? Is it going to be that you can walk in and buy one if they have one? What is going to happen? Who knows? Is it going to change the value of these things? Is it going to change the value on the pre-love market? It might change nothing and nothing might come of any of it, but I just thought it was very, very interesting. I also just wanted to talk about my views on this. Now, as I've said, I have never been told by anybody at Hermes, and it's never been hinted anything to me that you have to pre-spend in order to be offered a bag. I haven't done a massive pre-spend. I bought I think my husband had bought a belt, I think I'd bought some earrings. There was no massive purchase history when I was offered this gorgeous bag. So I definitely haven't had that experience. I know some of you have, I haven't. But what do I think about it? Well, I'm of the belief that anybody should be able to buy anything that they want. Anybody's money is as good as anybody else's money. But I do understand that when things are in high demand, it creates this big thing, doesn't it? And it makes them even more sought after. It changes the value of these things. It just creates this crazy world around Hermes. So I sort of understand why they're trying to do that, because they're building this crazy sought after brand. If you particularly like a bag, you should be able to speak to your SA and see if they're able to get one, and the answer is yes or no, and that's it. Some things are sold out, some things are not coming to the UK, all of those things, and that's absolutely fine. But it's when everything's very vague and you can't talk to anybody even over a message or email, and you certainly can't call anybody, and you have to go into store and play this merry dance with them. And that's the bit that I don't like. I really don't like that. Should anybody be forced to pre-spend to buy a bag? Absolutely not. But then it's your choice, guys. If I was told by any of my sales associates that the way to get a bag was to pre-spend 2 to 1, I would have walked away. 100% I would have walked away, because it's not worth it to me. I would not do that. But that is me, and that was would have been my choice. You may choose something different. You may want the bag so much that you don't mind spending however much, or you might want some other things from other parts of their store anyway. So at the end of the day, we as the consumer have the choice whether to buy or not, don't we? If we allow it to happen, it's going to keep going. So yeah, this is another video about Hermes, but it's not an update about me. It's just a reaction to this lawsuit that's happening. I'm going to be keeping my eye on this because I just find it incredibly interesting, and I want to know what Hermes think about this. I'd like to hear their take on what's happening, and I would like to know how on earth in this lawsuit, how can it be proved? So yeah, we will see, won't we? But anyway, let me know, guys, what you think about this lawsuit. Is it all just going to disappear? Is it going to become a bigger thing? Who knows? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on another one.